Good morning, students. Welcome all of you to 10th standard English class. In this first video, we are going to learn Unit 2 Prose, The Night the Ghost Got In, written by James Grover Thurber. First, we will see about the author. James Grover Thurber, 1894 to 1961, was an American cartoonist, author, humorist, journalist, playwright, and celebrated wit. He was best known for his cartoons and short stories, published mainly in the New Yorker magazine, such as The Catbird Seat, and collected in his numerous books. He was one of the most popular humorists of his time, as he celebrated the comic frustrations and eccentricities of ordinary people. The meaning of eccentricities is the strange behavior of an ordinary people. That's about the author. Next, we'll see the summary of the lesson. This is a story of one night in the author's house. These extracts are from a book by James Thurber, My Life and Hard Times. It is an autobiographical story. That means the author is writing about himself, but it is a fictional account. The story starts with the author coming out of the bathroom while drying himself. That's when he hears footsteps downstairs near the dining table. He wakes up his brother, Herman. They went to the back stairs to listen to footsteps. Herman got scared, ran back into his room and slammed the door shut. James too slammed shut the staircase door. All the commotion woke their mother, who came out and demanded to know what was happening. When she did not get a proper answer, she thought there was a burglar downstairs. Mother wanted to call the police, but the phone was downstairs. So she threw her shoe at the neighbor's window to request them to call the police. The police came along with some reporters. They searched downstairs, and when they found nothing, they came upstairs to tell mother. That's when they heard the author's grandfather in the attic. The meaning of attic is the space or room under the roof of a house. They rushed upstairs to the attic. Grandfather was an old man who believed he was still in the war, and as soon as the police entered the attic, he started shooting at them. After the police managed to save themselves and come out of the attic, one of the reporters asked James about the matter. James told him about the ghost. Hearing this, all the policemen left. That's the summary of the lesson. Now we will see the characters. James, the author, is a young boy. Herman, his brother, is also a young boy. Their mother looks somewhat angry because she woke up at the middle of the night. Characters: grandfather, Mr. and Mrs. Bodwell, the neighbors, the police and reporters, father and a brother named Roy, the ghost. Now we'll see the line by line explanation of the lesson. The night the ghost got in. Written by James Grover Thurber. Imagination of odd things always leads to absolute humor. Read the lesson and enjoy the narrator's experience with his grandfather, who creates chaos and laughter with his imaginative stories. Introduction. Imagination of odd things leads to absolute humorous drama, making everybody confused. This story makes us laugh at the confused family members whose imagination creates a chaos, that is confusion. Ultimately, for nothing that made everyone spend a sleepless night. Let us enjoy the sequence that happened inside a house due to each person's different imaginations. First paragraph. The ghost that got into our house on the night of November 17, 1915 raised such a hullabaloo of misunderstandings that I'm sorry I did not just let it keep on walking and go to bed. Its advent caused my mother to throw a shoe through a window of the house next door and ended up with my grandfather shooting a patrolman. I'm sorry, therefore, as I have said, that I ever paid my attention to the footsteps. The meaning for hullabaloo: lot of loud noise made by people who are excited. Patrolman, a patrolling police officer. Now we'll see the explanation. On the night of November 17, 1915, an incident had happened in our house. A ghost got into our house, raised misunderstandings, that is, raised a lot of loud noise. I have made a mistake. I should have left it without watching and should have gone to bed. The arrival of ghost had made my mother to throw a shoe through a window of the house to the next door to wake them up. And also my grandfather ended up with shooting a policeman. As before I told, I should have not paid any attention to the footsteps. Now we move on to second paragraph. They began about 1:15 in the morning. A rhythmic, quick, cadenced walking around the dining room table. My mother was asleep in one room upstairs, my brother Herman in another. Grandfather was in the attic in the old walnut bed, which, as you will remember, once fell on my father. I had just stepped out of the bathtub and was busily rubbing myself with a towel when I heard the steps. They were the steps of a man walking rapidly around the dining table downstairs. Now we'll see the explanation till this line. The meaning of cadenced is a sequence of notes. And the meaning of attic is a space or room inside the roof of a building. Now we'll see the explanation. They began about a quarter past 1 o'clock, means 1:15 in the morning. It started with a rhythmic sound, cadenced, walking around the dining room table. My mother was sleeping in one room upstairs, and my brother Herman was sleeping in another room. My grandfather was in the attic, sleeping in the old walnut bed. Once fell on my father. I just came out of the bathtub and was busily rubbing myself with a towel that time. I heard the steps. The sound seems to me as someone walking very fastly around the dining table downstairs. Now we will see the remaining lines in the same paragraph. Second paragraph. The light from the bathroom shone down the back steps, which dropped directly into the dining room. I could see the faint shine of plates on the plate rail. I could not see the table. The steps kept going round and round the table. At regular intervals, a board creaked when it was trod upon. I supposed at first that it was my father or my brother Roy who had gone to Indianapolis but were expected home at any time. I suspected next that it was a burglar. It did not enter my mind until later that it was a ghost. Now we'll see the explanation for these lines. The light from the bathroom is seen down in the back steps, which directly dropped into the dining room. I could see the faint shining of the plates on the plate rail. Plate rail is the place where the plates are arranged, which was kept on the dining room. But I could not see the table. I could hear the steps going round and round the table, and also I could hear the sound of a board creaking at regular intervals. First I thought it would be my father or my brother Roy who had come to home. They are in Indianapolis, expected home at any time. It's not them. Next I thought it could be a burglar, a person who enters a building illegally in order to steal. It did not enter into my mind until later that it was a ghost. Now we move on to third paragraph. After the walking had gone on for perhaps 3 minutes, I tiptoed to Herman's room. Psst! I hissed in the dark, shaking him. Oh, he said in the low, hopeless tone of a despondent beagle. He always half suspected that something would get him in the night. I told him who I was. There is something downstairs, I said. He got up and followed me to the head of the back staircase. The steps had ceased. Herman looked at me in some alarm. I had only the bath towel around my waist. He wanted to go back to bed. I gripped his arm. Explanation for this paragraph. After the walking sound had stopped after 3 minutes, I tiptoed, meaning to walk on your toes with your heels without touching the ground, into Herman's room. I uttered a word, pissed. I hissed in the dark, shaking him. Oh, he said in the low, hopeless tone of a despondent beagle. The meaning of despondent beagle is feeling or showing extreme discouragement. He would always be thinking that something would come and take him off in the night. I told him who I was, that I was James. Then I told him something is there in downstairs. He got up from his bed and followed me to the head of the back staircase. The steps had stopped. Then Herman looked at me as if giving some warning because I had only the bath towel around my waist. Herman told that he wanted to go back to bed, but I holded his arm tightly. That's the end of the paragraph. Students, hope you have understood the lesson till this. Remaining, we will continue in the second video. Thank you, students.